at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-93
Flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Put that cookie down now!
We are two wild and crazy guys!
Good.
All right, people, let's do this thing. Go Team Dynamite!
I thought we agreed we'd go by the name of Team Super Cool. As I recall, it was Team Awesome.
I voted for Team Alpha Wolf Squadron.
All right. From henceforth, we ought to be known as Team Alpha Super Awesome Cool Dynamite Wolf Squadron.
All of the above. That is us. Good morning, everybody. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It is Thursday, September 12th. It's not November yet. I shouldn't do that to myself. We are here with myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Scott Allen. Good morning, Scott. How you doing?
Good morning, Chuck. That was one of the calmest openings to a show you ever had. Good. You were still a little sleepy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's a little slow jazz playing in the background.
Public radio in Chihuahua.
Good morning.
Today, the soft sounds of Chuck Ritchie.
That's right.
You're so smooth.
You know, we've done a couple of the Friday morning shows now where Craig McQueen will come in with an instrument and play us a nice tune as we leave. And don't forget tonight you can check out this thing happening.
Stay
tuned on KCHW tonight for this happening. Remember, everybody, be nice to each other.
Oh, cute.
It's fun.
All right. Let's get this morning started off with a little weather. 74 for a high under cloudy skies. Some partial clearing maybe this afternoon. Down to 47 tonight, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, you're into heading toward fall temperatures. The 80s and 90s are gone, so smile big. Friday, 76, partly cloudy. Saturday, 72, partly cloudy. Sunday, mostly cloudy and 71. By the way, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, respectively, 5%, 10%, and 12% chances of rain. Wow.
We had something last night in the forecast, but I don't think it happened.
Right now, 77 and 46 for Monday under partly cloudy skies. Then Tuesday, 67. Welcome to fall.
I'm ready.
That fast. All right. Those kids, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
I'm jealous of all that variety.
I know, right? They need to eat something, right? So today for breakfast, we've got they have a variety of cold cereal. The banana split breakfast smoothie, a variety of bagels, super bakery bread, as opposed to a pedestrian bakery bread, and bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and apple cinnamon French toast.
Ooh, I want a bacon, egg, cheese croissant.
I want a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. If someone wants to bring one.
Croissant, is that French, or do I just like to pretend I'm French when I say it? Croissant.
I think the croissant is French, but the crescent roll distinctly American.
Distinctly poppin' fresh.
Yeah, right.
That's which, strangely enough, is my secret word today.
You gotta take that can and wrap it in your hand. Bang them suckers till they don't expand. Yep.
My secret word, or maybe my safe word. All right, bacon, egg, cheese croissant, which reminds me today we have a stupid criminal that's French.
Ooh.
And I actually made myself laugh out loud playing back the sound effects for that news story. So
nice.
There you go. Second half of the show. We call that in the biz a tease.
Nice.
All right, now you can do lunch.
Usually the French criminals are the smart ones, right?
Yeah.
That's why you never hear about them, because they don't get caught.
Oui.
For lunch, they have scratch-made chili. Cinnamon with a cinnamon roll. Oh, that's a thing. They have veggies and fruit on the side, but that's totally a thing. You take a bowl, you put your cinnamon roll in it, and you cover the top of it with chili. And then you immediately contact your doctor. Have your cholesterol checked.
I was picturing milk. Immediately cover it in milk.
Oh,
Because I love milk.
do you know? Do you know a good secret though? If you do get like the crescent roll, the croissants from the can, that you open up, you put those in your pan, right? And you fill the bottom of the pan with heavy cream, and then you bake them like before they're baked, and then they absorb all that cream while they bake, and they get all creamy and sweet, and it's amazing. Seriously, the cream disappears; it just gets soaked into them.
That's cool. I got to try that.
Yeah, it's like a luxurious dessert.
All right. Did you say veggies and fruit too?
I did say veggies and fruit.
Veggies and fruit. All right.
Veggies and fruit with your cinnamon roll and chili.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. Looking at today in the events, senior citizens playing bunco today, 9 to noon. Free diapers at the Catholic Church, 10 to 11:30. And then the food bank as well. All busy right there on the corner. 10 to 2, food bank is open. Chuck, what's happening as we go into the weekend?
Well, you know what? Tonight, Taste of Chihuahua is happening tonight. That's at 4:30.
Yeah. Good. Good catch there.
That's at 4:30. So the tickets for that have been sold out for a while now. But they do encourage you to, if you don't have those tickets, you can still go to the auction afterwards. There's the silent auction at the brewery over there. Then you could also, visit our local businesses and eat at our restaurants.
Mingle with friends. With friends.
Yeah, go out and then they can point and laugh at you that you didn't get your ticket in time. Remind you next year to get that ticket earlier. I'm just saying. Also, the diaper distribution is happening. That's at the St. Mary of the Rosary Parish Hall. Those are free diapers for people that need them. That happens, I believe, every other Thursday. I think I should look into that.
But it's happening today.
It is happening today, and that is 10.
We covered diapers twice. Thank you.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
Did I miss it? Did I miss you saying it? Oh.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sometimes I just hear the Charlie Brown voices. Don't take it personal.
And DJ Craig's at the Oasis doing karaoke tonight. There you go.
Yeah, and then tomorrow morning is the Chamber of Commerce meeting at the casino. Pickleball up at the golf course from 9 o'clock to 11:30, and then it's the farmers market. You know what's happening tomorrow at the farmers market?
Oh, apple pie eating contest.
It is the great apple pie eating contest.
Yes.
And that happens at 3:30 immediately after the farmers market ends. They're going to be doling out that apple pie. And that comes from the local bakery here. So those are amazing pies.
All right.
So,
speaking of food and the Taste of Chihuahua, you know what I've done for the Taste of Chihuahua past years when I didn't have a ticket?
What's that?
I just go pick one of the restaurants and stand in the window and look forlorn until someone brings you food. Just watch people eat in there. Maybe have a T-shirt that says "No ticket, no dice."
I bet that's good, huh?
lick your chops a lot. Point through the window. It's a thing. Trust me. All right.
What's funny is I can actually. You said that, and the second you said that, I actually pictured it in my head. Yeah.
I used to do the same thing at Seti's Ladies' Night. Look forlorn till some girl would come out and ask me out. Never worked.
Really? That never worked for you?
No.
That's surprising, Scott.
Yeah. Is it? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, and then there's more karaoke happening tomorrow night from, it says from noon to 8, but I don't think there's 8 hours of karaoke. But there will be, I believe it's 8 p.m. at Fired Up Pizza. It's Craig McQueen again from the Craig. Oh my goodness, is it Craig Meyer Karaoke? That's what it is. Pardon me. Yeah. And then
from Friday morning show.
That's right, from our Friday morning show. Then we've got there's a fundraiser for Isabella. That is Paul and Lori Larson's granddaughter, Isabella. She's going through some cancer. She's got cancer, going through the treatments. This is a fundraiser for her. Again, it's at the American Legion. They have a really great dinner, baked chicken, all the fixins, $15. There's also going to be a dessert auction. Nobody should go through this alone. So get out there. Even if you don't have time, maybe drop by and buy someone else dinner.
Yeah. Throw them a donation. I'm sure they can use it.
Yeah. Then Saturday, the Blues or the Fun in the Sun Fair is on Saturday in the park.
Okay.
There you go. And Blues and Brews Jam on Sunday with
and then going
whole
all
host of
weekend to a two-person open best ball scramble up at the golf course.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's not
I'm surprised you skipped that.
I am too, because we talked about that yesterday. I'm not seeing it on the calendar here.
What calendar are you looking at?
I'm looking
because yours is like totally different than mine.
I know, right?
But you had most of the stuff right, so I was just staying shut up.
There we go.
All right, which I rarely do. All right.
I was having a hard time getting it out anyway.
Yeah. All right. If you want more information on the scramble and see if there's still room left, 935-6807 extension 1. 935-6807 extension 1. Did we cover all the events, Chuck?
I think we did. And that scramble, that's the one where the poster for it is someone driving a ball sitting on a toilet, I believe.
Yay.
Is that one, or is that another one of their events they have coming up?
That's at a different event that you attend, Chuck. I don't see anyone on the toilet.
Okay.
Or at least when I opened that link, I did not see someone on a toilet, which I would notice. All right. Speaking of people on the toilets, that's to come in Bits and Breaks. So there's another tease. We will be talking about people on toilets.
I thought you were going to say something else about me, Scott.
No. All right, let's head off into some news stories. First up, yesterday, not very many details on it yet. Maybe they'll come out. But police in Nashville praised singer John Bon Jovi for helping prevent a tragedy by speaking to a woman who was about to jump off a bridge. Metropolitan Nashville Police Department said Bon Jovi and his team were at the John Segenthal pedestrian bridge as a woman stood precariously over the Cumberland River. Bon Jovi and others talked to the woman and helped her come back from the edge.
Wow. Well, I mean, if Bon Jovi's the one that's talking you down off that ledge, you're getting off that ledge.
I'd be up there going, can I get an autograph?
Because, you got to hold on to what you've got.
Yeah. Oh.
It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other.
We should probably stop.
And that's a lot. For love.
All right, more music news, MTV Music Video Awards. But good job, John Bon Jovi, and always reach out before you let yourself get to that point.
That is a cool story.
Yeah, it is.
I love that.
MTV Video Music Awards took place last night in New York, where it blended nostalgia from its heyday with performances from a growing pool of fresh talent. Taylor Swift, of course, won big again. People are sick of her. They should just have the MTV Music Video Awards and just have Taylor.
Right?
Nobody else.
The MTV Taylor Swift Awards.
Yeah, most decorated solo artist in VMA history, she is. One of her speeches, she thanked boyfriend Travis for turning everything into, let me see if I can do it, happiness and fun and magic. That's my best Taylor. I gave a little wiggle if you're not watching on camera.
That woman, I was watching a breakdown yesterday of her online followers, and not just like the casual, but like the actual people that actively follow her versus the number of registered voters in America. And it was the numbers were scary. She had 10...
her coming out for Biden and bashing Trump for using an AI endorsement of her for him.
Yeah.
That's got to have some effect when you have that many ridiculous fans.
Yeah.
That is one person he was dumb to make fun of.
Oh yeah, why would you do a fake endorsement of a, I mean, that's just asking for a lawsuit. How dumb can you get?
His excuse is he found it and was sharing it. He didn't make it. But you know how he lies.
Did he really did he really think for a half a second that she would endorse him?
No. That's why he had to fake one, right? All right. Big performances from last night. Many acts. Video Vanguard winner Katy Perry sang some of her most popular songs. Next-gen pop stars Sabrina Carpenter and Chappelle Roan performed their summer hits. Carpenter wore Madonna's Oscar dress from 30 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion paid homage to Britney Spears' iconic 2001 bikini and boa constrictor ensemble. All right, let's move away from that. First civilian spacewalk. SpaceX's Polaris Dawn capsule took turns floating outside of their vessel this morning, that civilian crew, marking the first non-government spacewalk in the history of space exploration.
Ooh, I want to be next.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
You cannot leave the planet. We need you.
I'd probably get nauseous and puke in my helmet.
More western wildfires in Los Angeles as fire grew from 4,000 acres to 50,000 acres, becoming the state's largest wildfire. Francine, that hurricane hit in Louisiana, downgraded to a tropical storm. I hate being downgraded.
That sucks.
Just saying.
Show me some respect.
Presidential candidates Harris and Trump attended a memorial in New York City yesterday to honor the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks a day after their intense debate. She did walk up to him and force him to shake her hand again. All right. State and local officials warn that problems with the U.S. Postal Service may lead to issues with mail-in ballot deliveries in this year's election. UPS said it's prepared but urged voters to mail in early. Don't leave it sitting on your counter. You want your vote counted.
Exactly.
All right. What's happening today? Chuck Usher's concert Film Rendezvous in Paris is in theaters. Part 2 of Emily in Paris Season 4 dropped overnight. It's all about Paris, which is why we have a French story in today's Odd News.
Oui, oui.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In women's basketball, the Liberty and the Wings take the court at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Football, Bills play the Dolphins 8:15 p.m. Eastern on CBS and Prime Video. Baseball, Rangers and the Mariners start their 4-game series at 9:40 Eastern on the Major League Baseball app. And just a few other stories.
Yes, sir. Is that for me?
This one's important, so I'm going to do it. It's
okay,
going to be just a downer for a minute, and then we'll move on to some we can discuss. Father of, we heard this story during the debate, and the ridiculousness that ensued after that. And here's a father speaking out about those Haitian immigrants and the accidents and the eating of animals. Okay.
Okay.
This is a father of an 11-year-old boy who was killed last year when a minivan driven by a migrant from Haiti collided with his school bus. He asked Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in writing to stop using his son's name for political gain. And this is a thing they do when they, I used to be Republican, but when all these lies and twisting of the truth and conspiracy theories started, and where they'll grab anything and sensationalize it, I get both sides do it. But there's one side that's more adept at twisting the truth, and this is an example of it, and something horrible that Trump and Vance were doing. So he asked them to stop. He told them to stop using his son's name for political gain. During a city commission meeting on Tuesday in Springfield, Ohio, Nathan Clark, the father of Aiden Clark, who they've both been talking about, addressed the forum alongside his wife Danielle. Speaking at the meeting, Clark said, "I wish that my son Aiden Clark was killed by a 60-year-old white man. I bet you never thought anyone would say something so blunt. But if that guy would have killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone." That's from the Springfield News. Clark went on to list politicians, including Trump and Vance, who he said have been using his son's name for political gain. Bernie Moreno, the Ohio Republican Senate candidate, used it. Chip Roy, the Texas Republican representative, has been using the boy's name, as well as J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. He said, "They've spoken my son's name and use his death for political gain. This needs to stop now. They can vomit all the hate they want about illegal immigrants, the border crisis, and even untrue claims about fluffy pets being ravaged and eaten by community members. However, they are not allowed, nor have they ever been allowed, to mention Aiden Clark from Springfield, Ohio."
Wow.
That hits, some of those lies and those twists, and when you grab on to stuff to sensationalize it, you don't realize the people that you're hurting in the background. So,
yeah, especially kids. You leave kids out of it. Leave politicians' kids out of it. That goes for both sides. There've been even towards the Trump adult kids. I don't think they count because they've put themselves out in the public. But the younger one, leave them alone.
Yeah, if we leave him alone, he might come out normal.
Right.
Odds are slim. All right, Science News with Scott. Can we do it, Chuck?
Do it. Science News.
Science News with Scott, and here's your intro.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Actually, I'm the last person you want sciencing things up. Just saying. Unless it's a transmitter. All right.
What about that science experiment in your fridge?
Yeah, there's always one going on, and there's several probably. Robotic experts are working on the development of futuristic robots that will be so thin they can squeeze into the smallest spaces, going places humans can't even imagine. One such prototype has been developed and demonstrated by researchers at the Rolls-Royce University Technology Center. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Wow.
Rolls-Royce.
Wow. That's like the Rolls-Royce of technology centers.
Yeah. They made something that looks like a sandwich, and it can crawl, climb, and even swim, and it's makes it adaptable to a wide range of environmental and various terrains. It's meant to go into high-tech equipment and repair things, or at least be able to view what's going on inside of that equipment. So it is the sandwich robot.
The forbidden sandwich.
Yes, you cannot eat. No sandwich for you.
Aw.
Not to be left behind, a versatile micro-scale robot now can fold into 3D shapes and crawl. This one created from Cornell University. Researchers have created a micro-scale robot less than 1 millimeter in size. Oh, that sandwich robot, it looks like a sandwich, but it's only like 1.7 millimeters in size. This one, though, is printed on a 2D hexagonal metasheet. Kind of looks like a metal piece of paper, okay?
Yeah.
They hit it with a jolt of electricity. It'll morph into pre-programmed 3D shapes and begin crawling. Robot's versatility is due to a novel design based on kirigami, a cousin of origami, in which slices in the material enable it to fold and expand and locomote, as they call it.
Yes. Ooh, we have a kirigami kit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, it totally is a
Science
thing.
is going nuts.
That's cool.
Right. Another good science news, researchers found that tulip trees, a lot of people get these, plant them in their gardens or their yards as ornamental and keep them trimmed short, but they will grow as high as 100 feet. They are not a hardwood or a softwood. They're somewhere in between, and the wood is really, really good at digesting carbon dioxide.
Oh.
Way more than other trees, like 10 times a regular tree. So they're thinking if we start planting these all over, it could help climate warming.
Oh, those are pretty. I just looked them up. The flowers look great. Oh, and then in the spring, they're all yellow they're just completely covered in flowers. That's
You've heard of Apophis, right? Apophis, the
no.
Egyptian deity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we go way back.
I'm sure you watched Stargate.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Egyptian deity that embodies darkness and disorder. It's also a near-Earth asteroid that is coming our way. I believe 2029. It is not a planet killer, but it is a city killer. And based on its last pass, they think there's a 3% chance that it could strike Earth. And they're not going to be able to tell if it's going to hit us for another 3 years.
Right. We won't know until it's here.
but if it does come at us, it is a city destroyer, not a planet destroyer. But it might give us our chance to try and blow up the first incoming asteroid.
Yeah. Remember when they tried that test a couple years ago and it worked?
Yeah. So maybe for reals.
But
for
they,
reals.
What I'm wondering though is they tested that on one that wasn't actually going to hit the planet anyway. It was just nearby, so it was kind of going sideways to us, and they deflected it further sideways. But if one's coming straight at you, it's a lot easier to deflect something going sideways than coming straight at you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I wonder if we made a bunch of asteroid shards now that are going to come back around.
Right? And destroy 5 or 6 cities instead of just the one.
Yeah. All right. Last science story here, Chuck, and then we'll head for bits and breaks. As we bid farewell to the sweltering summer of 2024, we get to welcome a crisp fall on the twilight of September 17th, which will offer us a celestial treat known as the harvest moon. Ooh. All right. But what makes this particular full moon special, unlike other full moons, harvest moon rises soon after sunset for several consecutive evenings, providing extra light. It's due to the moon's orbital path. Of course, I think it's like the closest to Earth that it'll be all year long. On September 17th, the sun takes its final bow. Harvest moon will rise, reaching its pinnacle of brilliance at 10:34 p.m. Eastern Time, shortly after which we will have a partial lunar eclipse, September 17th. So hope for clear skies that night. It'll be very, very cool to see. Actually, very rare for a harvest moon with an eclipse.
That is cool. For some reason, I have Neil Young in my head now. You want me to sing it for you?
Right.
No, I won't.
Moving on to bits and breaks. I think, Chuck, you get to start with today's first joke.
Woohoo! All right. Oh, my goodness, Scott. You know what? I have the best joke. I've got the best jokes. Nobody has better jokes than me. And
Are you sure?
And now it's open.
I think you have old jokes.
Right? So, runner-up.
You want to start it, though? So you gotta preface this story I wrote for you.
Okay. Let's see. So in case you missed it, these are the worst jokes from 2023. They've been released. Okay. So this is the runner-up for the worst joke of 2023.
Of 2023.
Yep. Okay. Doctor, hi there. How can I help you today? Patient says, I think I'm a moth. Doctor says, you don't need to see a doctor. You need a psychiatrist. Patient says, I know, but I was passing and your light was on. The second runner up here was, what do you do if you see a spaceman? You park in it, man.
Oh!
All right. I actually like that one. Okay. So, so this one, according to an online poll, this was the worst joke of 2023. I could tell it was been raining cats and dogs. I nearly stepped in a poodle.
That just gets like a wah, wah, wah.
Or according to Scott, after the 2024 presidential election, I could tell it had been raining cats and dogs. I nearly stepped in someone's soup.
And that's how you jazz up a joke from 2023. Raining cats and dogs is never going to be the same.
Wow. You know what's funny? The whole thing was based on a picture of someone with a goose, which is clearly not a dog or a cat. That was also not in Springfield.
Yeah, I was in Canton, New Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, you hear the stories, well, there's been lots of reports of missing pets. Well, have you ever seen a light post or gone to the there's missing pets it's unfortunate, but, pets go missing. It's not, there's lots of pets.
What we're talking about, as I preface that letter, is quit making stuff up.
Right. It's bizarre.
So I have since I didn't get to be on the air yesterday following the debate, I have some favorite post-debate tweets that I found, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this first person was quoting Donald Trump's comment that he made that he said, we did a phenomenal job in the pandemic. And then this person's tweet, after he quoted it, said, dude, you recommended people inject bleach.
Now, to be fair to Trump, he didn't recommend people do it. He asked if it would be a good idea.
Which isn't any better, Chuck.
I'm just, get the record straight on this. He did not recommend it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad you
Yep.
clarified.
Yep.
He just thought it might be possible.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Donald Trump wasn't going to shake. This is another tweet. Donald Trump wasn't going to shake Harris's hand. She forced him to. Dominance by a woman. I love that.
Yep.
All right. Here's another tweet from the debate. Please turn on Harris's mic so we can hear her laughing.
I think there would have been a fair amount of that and a fair amount of just stunned silence. Like the rest of America.
Size of amazement. All right, last tweet that I saw. A day in the life of an immigrant, according to Donald Trump. First, wake up in jail. Second, get your transgender operation. Third, breakfast, dog. Fourth, take over Seattle. Fifth, dinner, cat.
There you go.
All sewed up there.
It's a productive day, out and about, getting things done. Yep.
Eat a dog, eat a cat, keep going.
Dogs
All right,
and cats living together, mass hysteria. Yep. So
day in the life of an immigrant. There you go. 4 things you didn't know yesterday, Chuck Ritchie. Educate me.
All right, I got you. So South Carolina residents, they get more cavities than anyone anywhere in the U.S. I've been to South Carolina. Yeah, I can see that.
I got one person here that's going to disagree with you.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
But that's Foghorn Leghorn, and he doesn't even have teeth. Okay.
Well, he's from Kentucky, right?
Kentucky, South Carolina, same thing.
That's where the chicken comes from, right? Kentucky
Fried?
Yeah. Friday, the most popular day to use an ATM. News that surprises absolutely nobody.
Wow. Wow.
If someone would have asked me, what day do you think most people use the ATM? I don't think I would hesitate and say Friday.
Monday.
Right?
Wednesday.
Right. 17 states still allow schools to dish out corporal punishment to students. 17 states. Wow.
Class always got real quiet when somebody got hacked when I was a kid.
I just barely here in Washington, even it was down in the Tri-Cities. We had a principal that had the paddle on the wall, and there was more than one kid that got the paddle. It was a big wide one with holes in it. Yep. And that was a public school. Crazy.
Wow.
All right, and last one here. If you are a lepidopterist, you collect butterflies or moths.
No, I don't.
A lepidopterist.
Don't call me that. Don't call me that.
Lepidopterist.
All right, Chuck. Think in your brain, and if you're in the bathroom, we were talking about this earlier. You that picture you thought you saw of somebody sitting on a toilet promoting an event.
Right.
So if you're in the bathroom, sitting on the throne, and someone opens the door, what would you say?
I would say. Do you want me to say these, or do you want me to tell you what I'd actually say?
I just want to know what you say.
Occupied.
In a high voice.
Yeah,
okay.
I've actually done that before, just for lack of not knowing what else to do, and it makes people stop and back away. Yeah.
I kind of like that one best because that freak you out.
Yeah, right.
All right. Here's some people on the internet posted. So glad you're here. I'm going to need your help with something.
Hey, could you help me with this paperwork?
Yeah, got lots of paperwork. I like this one too. Come back with a warrant.
I'm going to remember that one. When my kids knock on the bathroom door. Yep.
Back with a warrant.
Yep.
Or actually, if they knocked on your door, you could wing it open and say, "Good, you did get my email invite."
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe
here. Sorry, the seat is taken. Use that one on an airplane.
Yeah.
Forget it. Yeah. Sorry, the seat is taken. Where's the belt? Okay.
Can I get some peanuts in here?
Yeah. And the last thing you can say if someone opens the bathroom door on you, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button. Yep. Wow.
All right. Chuck, have you just been married the one time?
Just the one time.
All right. This will be a good experience for you then. What happens to the wedding ring with Chuck Ritchie, who's never been divorced?
Yeah. So this is people on the internet were asked what they did with their wedding ring after they got divorced. This is what they said. This one person said, after my ex flew the coop, I tied my wedding ring to a helium balloon and let it loose in the wild blue yonder. It was a symbolic gesture. I must have had my head in the clouds to get married in the first place. Ooh. Wow.
Dump.
I like that. Someone got lucky, though. I bet you someone found that. Ooh, I wonder if it was valuable.
Diamonds. Yeah.
I put mine around the dog's collar and attached the rabies tags to it. It looked better on the dog.
Bling.
I like it. This person said, I'm holding on to mine until the next time I have a cavity. Then I'm going to have that dentist melt it down and use it as a filling. This is so when my ex does something that drives me nuts, I can grind down on it like this.
I think he should mix cavity in his shampoo. He's got a cavity in his brain. No, I think he should mix shampoo. Oh, for toothpaste with his shampoo. Because I've got a cavity in my brain. I messed that up. Okay.
That's okay. That made it funny. It made it funny.
Yeah, Fruit Loops.
I don't know if I like that one. I don't know if I'd do that because then you'd constantly be reminded of them every day. Every time you brush your teeth. Yeah. Anyway. Next one here says, I threw mine into the river since I knew it was already polluted.
Whoa. Oh. Ow. Ouch.
Yeah, the next person said, as for my 2 used wedding rings from previous marriages, I own a body piercing shop and use them there. I also advertise a free piercing if you bring in an old ring. Wait.
So I tried to think about where my wedding rings ended up, and I know, like, I went to pawn the first one, and it was $39.
Wow.
Yeah, they do not hold their value. Granted, it was like a $1,000 wedding ring because I was young and dumb, but still, it was worth $34 when I went to pawn it. And the other 2 marriages, I don't even know where the rings are.
I don't wear one. I lost my own wedding ring many, many years ago, and I just never got another one.
Oh, so it's not an issue for your wife that you walk around single all the time?
Right? No, I took it off.
You're sure nobody else wants you.
That's fair.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Some jokes just pop into my head, Chuck. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
It's true, though.
She's totally confident nobody wants him.
No, I think the last time I remember, I knew exactly where I left it. I set it on the back of the bathroom sink, and I was scrubbing the bathtub. I didn't want the chemicals to get underneath it, Okay. And then I forgot about it a couple of days. I'm like, oh yeah, my ring, and I went back, and it was just gone. And
But you're kind of a plumber. It wasn't in the elbow?
Yeah, I checked. I looked. It wasn't there. I figured is the trash had been taken out since, and the trash was on the other side, like right below the sink, or right below the counter. So I think it got knocked into the trash, and then got taken out.
What a sad story. Sad.
It's okay. You know what?
On a sadder note, Pizza the Hut, famed half-man, half-pizza, was found dead earlier today in the backseat of his stretched limo.
That's breaking news. Sorry.
Right. But mine was worth $39 when it was new. So there's that.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I think
you went all out then.
I think it was like $60. We got it in one of those catalogs that has like, the witchy stuff and the, costume stuff. Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't understand spending that much money on stuff like that.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
Luckily I married someone else that agrees. The last one here. Oh, nope. That was the last one with the body piercing shot.
That was the last one.
That was the last one.
All right, this next one's pretty fun. Looking at 8 o'clock straight up, KCHW Chihuahua. This next section called Best and Worst, and there's a lot of these, and they're kind of long, so let's go back and forth so one person's voice doesn't drone on. First up, best and worst movie gimmicks of all time. In 2024, the fanciest way to watch a movie in theaters is IMAX 3D. Over the years, Hollywood has gone to great lengths to get people talking about its latest films. First one, from the early 60s. Smell-o-vision. Yes.
I mean,
that can happen at a theater anytime.
Right? Most theaters are smell-o-vision already.
Yeah. Early 60s producer Mike Todd Jr. equipped 3 theaters with conveyor belts designed to deploy one of 30 different scents sequenced to specific triggers in the film reel. Unfortunately, audiences complained that smells were hard to detect, and by the time they blew through the theater, the action on the screen no longer matched up. You need instant smells.
Yeah. That woman's taking a shower. Why does it smell like nachos in here?
Yeah.
The next one here, I just love the name of it. I don't even know what it is yet. We'll discover it together. The Tingler. The Tingler.
I watched it like 15 minutes of it, and I stopped.
Oh. So mid-century director William Castle never met a gimmick he didn't like, but his crowning achievement might be the one he employed for the 1959 horror flick, The Tingler. I'm not going to say what that sounds like.
Easy.
Shut up, Wesley.
The film's premise is that the spine-tingling fear is actually the result of a creature growing at the base of the spine. I can't say words today, Scott. The eponymous.
The Tingler. Just say the Tingler.
Yes, the Tingler, and the Tingler is the name of the creature. Yeah, and it can only be killed by screaming. Oh, that's an interesting way to kill it. The movie A Tingler escapes from a scientist and heads into a movie theater full of people. To heighten the realism, Castle installed vibrating devices in the seats of unwitting filmgoers, triggering them at random during the scene. Castle even went so far as to pay people to scream and faint, only to be carried out on stretchers.
That'd be impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
So he installed vibrating seats.
Yeah.
In the movie theater with a movie called The Tingler. What kind of movie?
Creepy vibe is that?
There's a Paul Rubens joke in here somewhere.
Somewhere.
All
right. Illusion-O, another new or old filming invention. Illusion-O.
Oh.
Another William Castle production for this 1960 film, 13 Ghosts. Castle issued ticket holders a pair of glasses, the only way to see the ghosts on screen. Illusion-O.
Oh, I like that. I like that one. That one I could get behind. I think that's fun. The next one here, Sensurround. Basically, it's just a fancy term for making the sound really loud. Really, really loud. It was used during the 1974 movie Earthquake. Large speakers emitted high decibel rumblings every time the earth shook on screen. Synth surround made things so loud that in several cases, cracks opened in the ceiling of a theater or plaster actually fell on filmgoers. Wow.
So I used to do that with my my speakers for going out. So basically my sound system that I had for going out and doing events, I kept it in the house. And I built this giant entertainment center because I lived in a single wide mobile home. And when the entertainment center was also my sound system for shows. So when I came home, all the gear went into this massive, giant wall-sized cabinet my dad built. And then I would watch TV and play the sound through it. And I remember cranking it up and watching Jurassic Park, and the kids got really scared and I had to turn it off.
Oh,
because every time the dinosaur stepped, the whole house shook. It was pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of like what it does now in our home theaters.
My dad growing up, we had the big tower speakers in the living room, and he had got this old from the 70s, this old a recording studio was selling off their stuff. So he bought all their equipment, and he set it all up. He didn't know how to use it or what. He rarely used it except for when we watched Star Wars or something. But yeah, it would get everything rumbling.
All right. In the digital era, split screen scenes don't seem like a big deal, but split screen was a technique that was revolutionary when it first came out and was much more difficult to achieve. Filmmakers had to run dual projectors, sometimes even more, spaced perfectly for the film to work. This was used in the 1968 flick, The Thomas Crown Affair.
Interesting.
I thought they were going to say they spliced it together sideways.
Yeah. Were they not able to do that in post-production and put it on the film?
It sounds like not. I would have thought they had that in 68, but maybe not.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess back in the day, the only way they had to manipulate that was the actual physical film.
Yeah. So back when I started in radio, we cut all of our tape. Doing a commercial, you had to get it in one take, or you were getting out a razor blade and an editing block and cutting up all the tape.
Dude, I would be in so much trouble.
Oh yeah. There was no more, undo. There was no undo button. You made the mistake. You started all over. And if you had music and sound effects, you had to choreograph the whole spot. So you'd have equipment loaded up with your sound effects, and you'd have music playing on a turntable, and then you had to voice your whole commercial, start your sound effects to go off while you were talking. For digital editors and all that kind of stuff for layering, it really wasn't available in your average studio back in the dark ages when I started.
Well, what's funny though is people still, you do that stuff and people are like, "Wow, that's impressive." Like, it's pretty easy. the new stuff. I mean, you still take some work, but yeah.
The people back doing it with a razor blade and tape and doing it flawlessly, so you couldn't even tell. That was kind of an art.
That's really impressive, actually. And you with all my beep beeps, when I record stuff and I make a mistake, I go beep beep. So,
so you know where to edit.
So that way it shows up in the sound wave. So if you're ever listening to the announcements or the news and you hear me say beep beep and repeat the sentence again, but better, yeah, that means I missed one. So I've been out and about a couple of times and heard myself beep beep on the air, and I'm like, man.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Sometimes you're doing it and you're in the middle of doing it, and then doing your recording or whatever, and you just try to get through it, and you forget to pause in between, so you're just talking beep beep, and then you keep talking, and then it just blends in with the sound. Yeah.
The best one was I couldn't pronounce a word. I don't remember what the word was. It was a long word, and I couldn't pronounce it. And after the fourth time, and I'm recording the commercial under the microphone in the studio right there. After the fourth time, I get mad, and I stop the commercial, and I just say the word 17 times. And then I start to do the commercial again, and I see the phone ringing, the light blinking, and I stop and I answer it, and it's Lynn from the carpet store, and he says, "That's all going out over the air."
Have some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
Yeah, please. Let's.
That's hilarious. Right. The one that really got me. It was a couple months ago. It was in a news story, and I'm hoping I get it. It took me like 25 tries. Opioid epidemic.
Oh yeah, that could be a tongue twister.
Yeah, that one was really tough. But I stopped, like you said, and I said it like 20 times. Yep. Okay, where
we
are
got
we?
Two left here. I think it's your turn, and we're on multiple endings.
Multiple endings. So translating a board game into the big screen. which is not an easy task. So in an effort to liven things up, the makers of 1985's Clue, great movie, made the movie with 3 different endings, providing 3 different solutions to the murder mystery. Viewers saw an ending based on what theater they were in. Not even multiple endings could save this pick, as Clue was a box office flop. But it is a cult classic. It's a cult classic. It's, yeah.
So bad it's good.
Tim Curry, man. Come on. Come on. Yep.
A lot of great actors. It's funny it flopped.
Yeah.
Last one here is Cinerama. Sometimes wider is bigger and better. And that was the thought, at least, behind the Cinerama projection technique, which used 3 projectors to play a film on a specially created wide and curved screen spanning 146 degrees. This didn't work out so well in the vast majority of theaters not equipped to handle Cinerama.
Isn't that just IMAX?
I think it was like the early edition of something like that.
Do you ever spend the extra dough to go to the IMAX theaters?
There's no. I think there might be one in Portland, but that's like a 3-hour drive, so no.
Well, I mean, like when you were here, there's like 1 or 2 in Spokane.
A couple
right?
times. It had to be a big sci-fi blockbuster for me to do. So.
I don't know if I've ever been to an IMAX theater. For the price difference, I'm just by the time you bring the kids and buy 4 tickets, kids were going to the cheap one.
Leave the kids at home.
Right? Which
All
is
right,
a misnomer. There are no cheap theaters.
That's true. All right, I got a couple quick trivia questions I want to ask before we go to break, Chuck.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. Maybe I'll wake up during the break.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Sorry, Chuck.
I'll forgive you.
Sorry.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Really sorry.
I want to have them answered immediately.
And I'm sorry.
Now,
I believe I'm sorry.
Now I'm curious about what's to come. You're apologizing. What's about to happen here?
I'm apologizing in advance.
Okay.
All right. Some trivia questions. We'll get you warmed up here. Average weight of these, Chuck, is 244.5 pounds. This is a person in a type of job. Average weight of one of these, 244.5.
The people that work at the toll booth.
Chuck.
What?
Really? Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You saying they're lazy, they're stuck in that booth, and they're just going to get big?
How about, let's say, a football player?
You are exactly right.
Ooh.
First guess. Wow. NFL, average quarterback weighs just under 220 pounds, while the average center weighs 300 pounds. Average all those players, 244 pounds is what you get.
All right.
Americans eat 300,000 tons of this each year. That would give it away. It's more of a dessert or a snack.
Is it baked?
Here's your hint. Mr. Kellogg, when he had his wellness clinic.
Yes. Is it cornflakes?
It is not cornflakes.
Is it?
But he used to prescribe this to people, too.
Is it a fruit?
Sometimes.
Is it plums?
It could have fruit in it.
Is it muesli or muslix?
Did you watch Road to Wellville?
I did.
Okay.
It's
not cornflakes.
I don't remember what it was.
I said it's a snack. Sometimes people eat it between meals. It can be healthy, but not the way he prescribed it.
Granola.
No. All right. I'm going to play a clip from the movie. Okay.
Take Mr. Lightbody immediately to the yogurt room and give him 15 gallons.
Oh, no, I can't eat 15 gallons of yogurt.
Oh, it's not going in that end, Mr. Lightbody.
Yogurt, Chuck. Americans eat 300,000 tons of yogurt each year.
Ironically, from that movie, my family, on my mom's side, they're all Kellogg's. My mom's maiden name is Kellogg, and related to the Kellogg's. We didn't get any of that Kellogg money, though, unfortunately.
Bummer.
Yeah. So my mom had, I believe, an uncle or a great uncle who actually perished in which one was it? The same sanitarium from
wellness clinic.
What's that?
His wellness clinic.
Yeah, the one. It was in Battle Creek, Michigan, right?
Yes.
And he was in. It was funny because I wonder if there's a scene in that movie where someone's in the sitz bath, where you sit in the little thing and it just covers your groin area, and they electrify it. Killed in that.
Wow.
He got electrified, and that happened in the movie. And I'm wondering if that was based on him, or if it just happened often enough to be a thing.
I'm picking up a heavy creepy vibe here.
And we actually have, it's in storage, we have a thermophore that came from the Battle Creek Sanitarium back in that day. It is a giant wool blanket, a big, thick, heavy wool blanket that has raw metal wires running all through the blanket that you soak in hot water and plug in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Try that.
It heats up and tingles. Yeah. I've not
Come
used
on,
it.
Chuck. You can't just swim, eat grapes, and play around all the time.
And now we know who the real tingler is.
Yeah, right? The tingler.
All right.
Have not used
Which
it
came
and
first,
will not
Chuck?
use it. Okay.
We're going to keep moving here so we can get to break. Which came first, Chuck? Penicillin or insulin?
My first guess is penicillin, but since I'm going to go with insulin because that seems wrong, actually.
Insulin 1921, penicillin 1943. You're exactly right. Whopper or the Big Mac, which came first?
The Whopper. Definitely the Whopper.
Why is that?
I don't know, because malt candy seems old-fashioned to me.
No, the Whopper is in the burger, the Whopper, or the Big Mac. We're not comparing candy to hamburgers.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Big Mac.
Well, you were right the first time. The Whopper, 1957.
Man.
The Big Mac, 1968. But I could tell you had your Whoppers crossed.
Oh, man. I did. I hate it when I cross my Whoppers.
The drinking straw or the cocktail umbrella, Chuck? You should know these both quite well.
I'm going to go with the cocktail umbrella.
Cocktail umbrella, 1932. Drinking straw, 1888.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong.
Sorry. You were doing good until then.
Again, I was going with the one that seemed wrong.
Modern World Series or the Super Bowl? Which came first?
World Series.
Exactly right. World Series 1903, Super Bowl not until 1967. Good choice there.
My first thought was like, what is Modern World? I've never heard of that series. The TV show, Modern World Series.
Yeah. I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I could tell just from the previews it wasn't funny.
Yeah. That's fair.
Much like my jokes. All right. Lincoln Highway. Well, this is a trivia question, Chuck. Lincoln Highway was the first highway to do this. The Lincoln Highway.
Does it have an underground tunnel?
It does not.
Does it have a toll?
No, this is something Lincoln projected to do something. The Lincoln Highway. First highway in the country to do this.
To have a stoplight?
Nope. First highway to go coast to coast.
Oh.
Before the interstate system. First highway to go coast to coast.
Oh.
All right. Here's your brain teaser for today. Well, it's going to be tough, Chuck.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
1 is 3. 2 is 3. 3 is 5. What's 4?
4. Because it has 4 letters in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. I got to turn this up for you. That's amazing, Chuck. All right, here we go.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Yeah. Wow, Chuck. Wow. Totally impressed.
Thank you.
All right. Last one. Another brain teaser since you got that one right.
Okay.
I'm light as a feather, but the longer you hold me, the harder I am to keep. What am I? Light as a feather.
A secret.
But the longer you hold me,
a secret.
The harder I am to keep. Oh, that's a good guess, but not it.
Is it a physical, tangible item?
No.
It's
physical, but not tangible.
Wow. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not going to get this one.
Light as a feather, but the longer you hold me, the harder it is to keep.
Your balance?
No, you need a tic-tac.
Your breath.
It's your stinky breath. That's right. Yeah, I'm light as a feather, but the longer you hold me, the harder I am to keep.
Okay, yep. That makes sense, yep.
All right. All right, we got some great odd news stories as well as local birthdays and much, much more, but you have to stay right here. We don't care if you're watching the video feed online or right on the radio. Keep it tuned to 102.7 FM KCHW, Northern Lights Public Radio.
Take Mr. Lightbody immediately to the yogurt room and give him 15 gallons.
Oh, no, I can't eat 15 gallons of yogurt.
Oh, it's not going in that first.
On a Saturday note, Pizza the Hut, famed half-man, half-pizza, was found dead earlier today in the backseat of his stretched limo.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Go ahead, run. Run home and fly to mama.
Yogurt and pizza. Now I'm hungry.
The songs that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
It's 8:21.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChihuahuaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Stoa Newscast, September the 12th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Hurricane Francine made landfall in Louisiana as a Cat 2 storm Wednesday afternoon. With the National Hurricane Center warning, it could cause potentially widespread power outages and yield life-threatening storm surge. The report from Axios that the storm made landfall in Terrebonne Parish, about 30 miles south-southwest of Morgan City, with maximum sustained winds estimated to be near 100 miles an hour. They note a slew of hurricane, storm surge, tropical storm, and coastal flood watches and warnings are in effect in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Next, the Mashantucket Pico Tribal Nation has been awarded a grant to cut climate pollution.
It's part of the Environmental Protection Agency's Climate Pollution Reductions Grant Program. The funding will be spent on installing electric vehicle charging stations at government buildings around the reservation. Raheem Eliezer with the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation hopes to install at least a dozen charging stations. He says the funding will help them reduce emissions in other ways.
We're also hoping to electrify some of the governmental fleet vehicles. We're hoping to do 13 of those, whether it's hybrid or fully electric vehicles.
Another project for the grant funding involves helping 34 people living on the reservation convert or support their gas-powered cars through a rebate program. He says reducing pollution from transportation has substantial health benefits. Connecticut's worsening air quality has increased asthma rates for Mashantucket Pequot tribe members. While the grant runs for 5 years, each project has its own timeline. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
He says creating a microgrid is also an option, with interest being shown by the community in diversifying energy generation. Meantime, alternative energy advocates say Iowa is making significant progress on reaching its green power goals by the year 2035.
The Iowa Environmental Council took the unusual step of hosting a Condition of the State webinar to announce the areas where Iowa is making progress on reaching its alternative energy goals. The IEC Steve Geyers says solar and wind top the list.
Overall, in 2019, we actually started generating more wind in the state than we actually got from our coal plants in the state. And that actually is continuing, where the coal plant generation is going down and wind is going up.
Iowa is among the nation's leading producers of wind energy, despite pushback from some farm groups. Geyer adds beyond the economic benefits of alternative energy, there are air and water quality implications too, both of which he says has improved with the increase in green power. I'm Mark Moran.
Iowa is getting help from the Federal Inflation Reduction Act to invest in alternative energy sources, but the report says none of the utilities in Iowa are taking what it calls adequate steps to achieve a carbon-free energy sector by 2035. This is Public News Service. Next up, we head to New Mexico, where houses cost less to buy than in many other states, but there's also less inventory.
Allie Wolf with the data and consulting firm Zonda says in the 3 years leading up to the 2008 Great Recession, home builders started about 2 million homes a year. Because the pandemic followed the financial crisis, she says housing starts never fully rebounded.
So we are seeing reasonable levels of growth, a lot more construction in the Southeast and the Southwest, but these regions are really trying to play catch up with the amount of in-migration that they've seen.
Since 2010, builders nationwide have started about 1 million new homes a year on average, far below the 1.6 million needed to keep up with population growth. I'm Roz Brown.
If elected, Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has promised financial assistance for both first-time home buyers and developers who build their housing. And Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fortes testified before Congress on Wednesday about the state of our election system. He says public confidence in the process has been discredited, leading to increased threats against election workers.
He adds that election administrators have not received sustained and dependable federal funding, even after being declared critical infrastructure by the Department of Homeland Security.
Do the same for highways and dams and railroads and see what happens. We implore you, please consider, if this is such a big deal, and if it is so important that we continue to have free, fair, and secure elections, fund them.
Despite the federal government having sought to improve election administration through a grant program called the Help America Vote Act, unpredictable funding levels have left state officials unable to adequately plan budgets. Fontes says rising mis- and disinformation surrounding elections, as well as threats against election workers, make the grants especially important. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Finally, from our Eric Tegetthoff, groups in Oregon are warning that wolf poaching poses a threat not just to the creatures targeted, but to people who enjoy the outdoors as well.
Poaching was a big issue in 2023 and again this year, especially through poisoning. Bethany Cotton with Cascadia Wildlands says the wolf population didn't grow in 2023 for the first time since the species returned to the state, and a high rate of deaths has continued in 2024, largely caused by humans. In May, the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife started warning recreationists to keep their dogs on leashes because the potential exposure to poisoning meant to illegally kill wolves. Cotton says she decided against visiting Eastern Oregon because of this.
I have 2 rescue dogs, and I was invited to some friends' property out there and to spend some time out there this summer, and I chose not to go because it's too high a risk.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
That's the way, Chuck. Yeah, get up there in front. That's it, Chuck. You're leading. Boy, what a leader. Lead on, Chuck. You're the leader now, Chuck. You're the leader type, and you tell us what to do.
He does.
And we'll do it. Come on, Chuck. Lead. Lead, Chuck. Lead. That's it, Chuck. You tell us. We'll follow.
You're holding my hand, Chuck. You sly dog.
No, but I mean...
My friend's name is Charles. He doesn't like to be called Chucky.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Chuck. You have no idea how much wood I can chuck. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little out of breath, but welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. There was about 30 seconds left until we're back on the air, and I'm looking around. Where's my coffee? So I realized I left it out on the front counter, so I had to run. I ran, Scott, to go get my coffee. Yeah.
I heard.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, the building shaking.
Was the camera shaking a little bit? Yeah. So welcome back.
That's a dirty joke. I'm sorry.
This is our second half of our show. Hey, Scott, right. I was going to tell a quick joke earlier during our joke segment.
Okay.
It was about trickle-down economics, but 99% of the people wouldn't get it, so.
But I'm bummed.
Yep.
Wow, Chuck.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. How about some celebrity birthdays?
Yeah. Let's go there. Let's see. We've got Linda Gray from Dallas. She is 84 years young. Joe. I know this guy. I always have a hard time saying his last name. Joe Pantoliano. I believe. Yeah. He was from The Sopranos, The Matrix. He's 73. Comedian Louis. It's Louis C.K., right? Not Louis.
Okay.
Anyway, he's 57. Benjamin McKenzie from Gotham and Southland, 46. Jennifer Hudson is 43, singer. Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones, 38. Emmy Rossum from Phantom of the Opera and Shameless, also 38. And Sydney Sweeney from Anybody But You, Euphoria, and The White Lotus is 27. So
how about a few local birthdays, Chuck?
Yes, I have those. All righty. What day is it? Today's the 12th. We don't have any birthdays today, but with an anniversary, we have Sally Beam and Robert 9.
All right.
So Sally Beam and Robert 9.
Very nice. Very nice.
There you go.
All right. Let's do a little bit of history. It's called Happened Today, and my camera is wigging out on me for a second. Hold on. 1953 is where we're going to start. Massachusetts Senator John F. Kennedy married Jacqueline Lee Bolivar. Is that how you say it? Bolivar?
Bouvier?
In Newport, Rhode Island. Bolivar?
Isn't it Bouvier? Bouvier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
like that.
2001, President George W. Bush labeled the previous day's terrorist attacks an act of war and asked Congress for $20 billion to rebuild and recover. On to 2013, the Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, completed his last shift as a search and rescue helicopter pilot in the Royal Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
Also in 2013, NASA's Voyager 1 space probe made history by advancing past the solar system, becoming the first man-made object to reach interstellar space. It's still going. It's awesome. 2017, Monster Fatberg, 820 feet long.
What'd you call me?
And 100, I thought maybe this was something, it was supposed to be iceberg, but no, it's Fatberg. 820 feet long, 130 tons, found in the sewers of East London.
Wow.
Fatberg, so it's all congealed fat.
Kids, you've learned something new today.
Yes, Fatberg.
Wow.
2021, world's largest container ship, the Everace, carrying 23,000 containers, arrived in Felixstowe, England on its maiden voyage. Wow, that's a big one. 23,000 containers on one ship.
That's a lot. How do those things stay afloat? I've never understood that. They're so huge, and they store those containers like 100 high. Crazy.
And like a year ago today, for the first time in 10 years, the NSYNC members shared a stage as Chris Kirkpatrick, J.C. Chazes, and Justin Timberlake, Lance Bass, and Joey Fatone reunited at the MTV Music Awards to present Taylor Swift with another award for Best Pop Video.
Again at the Taylor Swift VMA Awards. Yeah. All right, so I got some special...
Sorry.
And the award goes to Taylor Swift. The award goes to Taylor Swift. Swift. All right, so special events.
Yes.
Yeah, it is Ants on a Log Day. It was just Ants on a Log Day the other day, too.
Yeah, it's like Tuesday was Ants on a Log Day. How many Ants on a Log days do we need?
Well, it's the hive mindset. You got to get the ones that fall behind or something. I don't know. It's also chocolate.
It's actually a snacky food holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Ants on a Log? I personally am not.
No, I had to look it up, but it's celery, peanut butter, and raisins.
Yeah.
With the peanut butter making like a disgusting log.
I think just hearing that made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, these are two things that I hate.
I mean, I'm okay. I like peanut butter, but raisins, and celery, and then all three together, no thank you. No thanks.
And I think raisins are delicious. It's the texture.
Right.
And the appearance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents used to make those for me all the time as a kid. Never once ate them. complained about it incessantly. I told them, ew, I hate this. I will never eat this. They still continue to make
They'll
them
just
for
kept
me.
giving it to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never
That's
once
like
ate
a
one.
form of torture.
I know, right? It's also this one I can get behind, though. It's Chocolate Milkshake Day.
Ooh. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. National Day of Encouragement. You go.
Really?
Yeah. Good job, Scott.
You can do it.
To go along with Hug and a High Five Day.
Woohoo.
And Policewoman Day and Video Games Day.
If I ever get arrested, I hope it's by a policewoman.
Right?
Just saying. I think they might be gentler, but maybe not.
I hope she kicks your butt, Scott. I'm just saying. Not because I wish ill for you, but because I think you would enjoy it. So there's that.
The only willing guy that goes into handcuffs.
You're welcome. I don't think you're the only one, Scott.
No. Okay, maybe. All right. Number for the day is 46 million, and that's the number of turkeys used each year for Thanksgiving in the United States. 46 million turkeys die.
And as we remember the most memorable line in radio history, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
All right. Few news and nuggets as we make our way toward today's odd news. 800 million Mega Millions jackpot claimed in Texas after 27 drawings without a jackpot winner. 28th Mega Millions drawing landed the cash in someone's lap. Golden ticket was sold in Sugar Land, Texas, where one lucky person scored big by matching all 5 numbers plus the Mega Ball. $800 million winner faces the tough decision of whether to take the full $800 million over 29 years or a lump sum estimate of $404 million after taxes. Winner could walk away with about $505 million over nearly 3 decades, or $254 million all at once.
You know, if I win that, I would donate the 0.69 to the radio station, Scott.
Well, thank you. That's awesome.
Actually, that would be a huge donation. That would be great. I was joking about that, but that would actually be pretty.
Take it over the 29 years. I'd do the lump sum, even though it's less money, just because world might not last that long.
And if you can't manage to take $254.69 million and live the rest of your life off of that,
you got a problem.
You have a problem, or probably your name is Chuck Ritchie, because I would probably blow it all. Oh. There's that.
That does mark the state's 15th Mega Million jackpot winner since the game started in 2003 for the state of, what did I say? Oh, Texas. Oh, baby. Wow. All right.
Yeah, that's not here.
Yeah. All right. Any other stories you see there you want to roll out there?
You know what?
Are you lost, Chuck?
No, I know. I'm reading it. I just not really. I'm not really seeing anything, but I do have some local news if you want to do that.
Okay, do some local news.
Yeah, we got some local regional news here, and these are actually still being put together by Levon, who's been in North Carolina for quite a few months. He's scouring our local papers and putting these together for us still.
All right.
So yeah, Washington and Idaho's attorneys general. That's a weird thing to say. And 41 others from around the country are urging Congress to adopt warning labels for social media platforms. In a letter they sent to federal lawmakers, bipartisan group pleaded for user warnings like those on cigarette packs to be applied to algorithm-driven social platforms like Facebook and TikTok. They say social media has helped fuel a mental crisis among young people. That can be done for like political posts too, and this is for both sides of the aisle. Put a warning on there that the information you're about to see is biased and will only tell you what you already think you want to hear. Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah. May or may not be true, all that kind of stuff.
You know, it is funny because I know the stuff that comes across my feed, and then I'll be talking with somebody, you know, of a different political persuasion than myself as they have their computer open or whatever, and I see what's going on in their feed. 2 completely separate things. And I look at the stuff, I'm like, where does this stuff even come from? And they're probably looking at mine. Where does that stuff even come from?
Sure.
So maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't know.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah.
A couple things from entertainment. They must have had this ready and waiting. James Earl Jones tribute special to air on BET tonight. They're paying homage to the iconic actor with a special program titled James Earl Jones, Life and Legacy. The tribute will air at 8 p.m. Eastern on BET and will showcase video and exclusive interviews with Jones throughout his illustrious career. Special will highlight some of Jones' most famous roles, including Mufasa in The Lion King and Darth Vader in Star Wars, along with his acclaimed performances in Broadway stage. Following its debut tonight on BET, the tribute special will be available for streaming on BET Plus starting September 13th. Jones, an EGOT winner. You know what an EGOT is, EGOT?
That is... No, I don't know.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony for the stage. So he won all those awards.
Wow.
Very few people have successfully done it. In fact, there's like 15 actors right now trying that are like up to win an EGOT, but most of them are missing the Tony. Which means you got to return to the stage.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kinda...
And who was this again?
What? That was for James Earl Jones. Already had one.
That's right. Yeah.
About 15 other artists.
That's a blow right there. James Earl Jones.
Yes,
that's the end. That's the end of a legacy right there. But you know what? He sold famously a couple of years ago. Sold the rights
to his voice. His digital recreation rights.
Yeah.
Very.
So I have another. It's one of our local stories here, which is kind of cool because I had a gentleman. It was during the convening that we had here. We had the one of the past presidents of the United Federations of. Oh gosh, I should know what it is. Is it the Federation of Tribes, the national sort of group where all the tribes get together? He was the president of the national. I think it was the Federation of Tribes, but he was a guest on the radio here, discussing this. So for years, a sculpture of a 19th century missionary has represented Washington State in the U.S. Capitol building. Soon, it's going to be replaced by a statue of a leading voice for Native fishing rights right here in Washington State. That would be the late Billy Frank. The gentleman that came on the radio show was a friend of Billy's to talk about this statue and how important it is to the Native communities. The artist is Hyang Woo. He made 2 9-foot statues. One will go to D.C. and the other is going to be in Olympia. And Woo expects to have these sculptures finished by the end of October.
Very cool.
So very cool story. And if you remember right, he staged protests. He was arrested, beaten, a couple times, almost to death within an inch of his life, for advocating for fishing rights for Native communities here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing that people get that angry that they're going to attack somebody.
Right.
All right. I got another one, and they had Ford versus Ferrari. There's been a couple other movies like that. Guess what they're going to do? Coke versus Pepsi.
I thought you were going to say Yugo versus Hyundai.
Judd Apatow and Steven Spielberg have teamed up to create a movie that might just quench your thirst for drama. The film, titled Cola Wars, will delve into the fierce competition between Pepsi and Coke in the 80s as Pepsi set out to dethrone the long-reigning soda giant. With Apatow at the helm as the director and Spielberg producing, the film will showcase the iconic moments of the Cola Wars, including the infamous New Coke debacle.
Yeah.
And, of course, Michael Jackson catching fire. Rumor has it he's still burning.
You started selling that. The New Coke was the first thing that popped into my mind. And
as soon as he said that, that's the whole controversy, just New Coke.
Coca-Cola could have been somebody today if it hadn't been for that.
Oh, you think it totally threw him off track?
I think temporarily, I don't think it lasted long. I think they bounced back pretty hard.
Yeah.
It might have even been a ploy. They're like, let's put out garbage for like a year, and then we'll get back to our original formula, and everyone will be so grateful they'll buy a whole bunch of it.
Yeah. That'd be interesting if true.
I remember when it came out as a kid, being a little kid, huge fan of Coca-Cola. That came out, started drinking Pepsi immediately. Yeah, couldn't drink it. It was gross.
All right, let's roll out the end of the shoe. We've saved up the stories, the dumbest of the dumb. It's our little spotlight on criminal behavior.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right. Before we get to today's stupid criminals, which include a bomb hoax.
Ooh.
A 4-year-old breaking something that's priceless.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. A violent otter attack and someone who stole some Fritos.
Wow.
Before all that, we bring you the news attack. First part true, second sentence, bad joke. Chuck Ritchie to kick it off.
So a study found that many households led by seniors are stuck in poverty due to old student loans. That's not a surprise at all. But it's sad to think that Grandpa can't buy that new motorized wheelchair because at one time he decided to be a good, smart move to get his doctorate in organic candle making.
Wow. Way to pick on Grandpa, Chuck.
Right? That's
place in Italy. I still got half a head on the video camera.
It's just part of your shoulder and your neck.
Where's the other half of my head? So every time, so I did this the last time we did a show. When I come back from break, like half of me's gone. I wonder what that is.
It just looks like you got a haircut on one side.
It wasn't quite done.
Like a half mullet.
Oh, I like it. Half mullet. All right. Police in Italy found a burglar still in the house he broke into, asleep on the bed with stolen jewels beside him. Don't laugh. He may be going to jail, but he also just signed a deal to be the new TV spokesman for a mattress company.
Ooh. I like that. The latest research shows that dogs prefer being petted over receiving praise. Fast food restaurants are using the research as justification for not paying employees more money.
You're just going to pet me? A little pat on the back? Wow.
Good job. Now go out there and make me more money.
Yep. All right. Study found, Chuck, this is important to you, that you can reverse the damage caused by sitting all the time by simply walking. And you can reverse the damage caused by walking by catching a ride from your wife.
Right? Hey, honey, I know I said it would be a good idea to walk to work this morning, but I'm real tired.
Come get me.
I'm halfway there. I'm going to sit on this bench. According to researchers, taller people live better lives. Well, that's not a surprise, because not being able to reach the potato chips on the top shelf really sucks.
Study found that women who exercise 2 to 3 hours a week are 1/3 less likely to develop gallstones. Most common treatment for gallstones is to remove the gallbladder, small organs that's directly connected to your doctor's boat payment. That's good.
That is a good one. And one that's not as good, research suggests that people who write down their goals are 42% even more likely to achieve them. Looks like it's time to add write down goals to my to-do list right after buy more notebooks.
And chips.
Right.
All right. Scientists have discovered that looking at pictures of cute animals can improve focus and productivity, hence the cat videos. The next time my boss asks why I'm looking at baby otters, I'm just saying I'm enhancing my workflow.
Exactly.
Oh. Speaking of otters on the way. All right.
Ooh,
Here we go.
You otter stick around for this one.
Yes, we have an otter story, and you ought to not miss it. All right. Here we go. Man. It's wacky but true. We don't add anything to these but movie and television sound effects. Chuck Ritchie.
That's right. A plumber in Italy thought he'd struck it rich when he cleared a drain clogged with a wad of bills, totaling, almost $50,000. But his fortune went down the drain when he noticed the bills were ripped and shredded beyond repair. The plumber thought about piecing his fortune back together, but decided against it when he pondered the enormity of the puzzle.
Would you have tried, Chuck, even if they were just shredded?
You know, there's actually a service you can send the money to. It's free. It's through the government. You can send that in, and they'll do it for you.
Who shredded $50,000? Must have been in a divorce.
Oh man! Yeah. But were they shredded before they went in, or were they just did they get ripped up and shredded while they're in there? I don't know.
It could be like a lifelong puzzle you put on your living room floor and just work on it every day a little bit. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it should be really gross too, but man, there's a few things I wouldn't do for $50,000.
Just a few, though.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, it's another one of our silly puzzles. Could be worth $50,000.
He puzzled and puzzled, Hercules' puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo. I've got another puzzle for you.
I am the Prince of Puzzlers, the Count of Conundrums, the King of Crime. I hold court here, no one else.
Yes. Yeah. I write that. The Prince of Puzzlers, the conundrum of what? Confusion?
Yes, the conundrum of confusion.
Yeah, the Count of Conundrums.
I'm confused.
There you go.
Yeah.
Count of Conundrums.
There you go.
That's a tough one. All right. Isn't it amazing that the first part of that, I actually got somebody sound effect that somebody talking about a puzzle and $50,000.
That was I caught that. That was incredible. Good find.
Good find.
Yeah, that was
all right. Man in Harrison Township, Michigan, was arrested for creating a bomb hoax in an effort to prevent his car from being repossessed. That's original.
Mm-hmm.
Police were called to the scene after reports of a suspicious situation and found a propane tank with wires running into the car and underneath it, along with signs. That's right, signs indicating that the vehicle would explode if touched. Michigan State Police Bomb Squad was called in and determined that the entire thing was a hoax with no actual threat of an explosion. 45-year-old suspect was arrested and could face formal charges.
Wow.
Bon voyage.
Honey, look at this human bomb on the news.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I buy brake pads off him. I thought we were watching cartoons.
If we touch off that bomb tonight, it'll be the biggest galactic 4th of July of all time. The whole Earth will go up like a Roman candle.
Now, we are ready. Our agents have just returned after planting deadly cheese bombs throughout America.
Supreme Leader, I think perhaps some of your information about bombs is coming from cartoons.
Yeah, I did, but by the way, it wasn't no atom bomb. Turns out some skateboarder slapped a biohazard ban sticker on the side of this septic tank for an RV.
Bon voyage.
Fortunately, I was able to dispose of that bomb in the nick of time and shield myself behind these heavy iron pipes.
Bombs away!
You know, a cheese bomb, I believe that's what we call the joke section of our morning show.
I thought that's what you left at home.
Time for another cheese bomb. That's why I was late this morning.
I said cheese balls, not cheese bomb.
Well, one results from the other. So, actually, not a joke. But did you hear the other morning? I know you're not around here, but Tuesday there was no school here because there was a threat, an actual shooting threat. Yeah, they had to cancel the school. The kids were on their way to school when they had to cancel the school. They turned the buses around. Parents had to leave work, go pick up their kids. It was quite the deal.
Yes.
Turned out it was a false alarm, but good on the schools for taking that seriously.
You know what I found when this happened. You know, when I was a kid in school and stuff, they usually find out who did it. So whoever did it, they're coming for you.
Well, they haven't put out a lot of information about it since then, but supposedly it was a TikTok, resulted from a TikTok video that somebody had made, so I'm pretty sure they knew who it was.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that. Still scary stuff, though. Scary stuff.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So the next one here, a French teenager who was enjoying a deep sleep between the railroad tracks. That's a genius. Escaped injury when a high-speed train passed right over the top of him. Police said the driver of the train noticed the 19-year-old laying stretched out on his stomach between the rails as the train approached him. But the train was moving too fast to stop and continued for another 900 yards before finally halting after it passed right over the man. The driver left the train and checked out the teenager, who he found to be unhurt.
Wow. You know the scary thing about that one? That's 2 in 1 week.
Is it really?
Yes, that's 2. Me and Val had one on Tuesday as well.
I just can't imagine being that poor the train engineer. I mean, 900 feet, that takes a while to stop a train. The whole time, what's going through that guy's head? You know, like, man, this just happened.
Yeah, what am I going to find? All that kind of stuff.
And the relief to find him unhurt. Ooh, man.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can make it a little funnier.
I've been working on the railroad.
You can tell a railroad will drift by and pick it up.
The ferocity of the French taunting took him completely by surprise.
I've been working on the railroad.
Oh, you know what I told him about the railroad? You know what I told him he could do with his railroad?
I've been working on the railroad.
Well, what are you then? I'm French.
Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king?
Those French teenagers, you can't trust them ever.
Go away or I shall taunt you again. Yep. All right. What did I just read? I just read that one, didn't I?
Did you? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's me then. Then rare Bronze Age jar met an unfortunate fate by the hands of a curious 4-year-old. It's made a triumphant return to public exhibition, though, at the Hecht Museum in Israel. The jar, one of a few complete containers from that era, was accidentally tipped over by a young visitor, shattering it into pieces. After a meticulous restoration process involving 3D tech, special glue, experts were able to reassemble the jar, albeit with a few hairline cracks and missing pieces.
Oh.
Museum, known for its open exhibition style without glass barriers, has now added a new sign because of the child reading, "Don't touch."
3D technology, is that duct tape and super glue?
Yes, exactly.
All right, not bad, kid.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Wrong!
Not bad, kid.
You like children? I do if they're properly cooked.
All right.
But be careful, because somebody might think the Haitian immigrants are doing something else now.
Right?
Get all twisted.
I know, right?
Debate. All right.
We rescued an otter from our backyard shortly after we moved here, and it was adorable and sweet, and it let us pet it. Yeah.
Because the next story is about, otters.
It is.
Okay.
All right. So a woman in Malaysia found herself in a terrifying situation. Sorry, I was reading ahead and it just that just came out of my mouth. That was weird.
It's all right. It happens.
Yeah. A woman in Malaysia found herself in a terrifying situation as she was viciously attacked by a gang of wild otters while out for a jog. As she ran, a pack of 8 otters surrounded the jogger and began biting her. Video footage of the aftermath shows the jogger's blood-soaked running tights and numerous cuts from the otter ambush. The state's wildlife department attributes the otter's aggressive behavior to people feeding them.
That's right. You ought to not feed them.
You ought to not. Wow.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
We might. Jenny Williams attacked by some large animal. That right, Dr. Lloyd?
Why do you kill little animals? I think that's terrible.
Oh, well, yeah. I figure with bears, though, it's me or them.
You kill all the animals! You have the gift! Call them to freedom! Now!
Dogs' tongues, otters' noses, ocelot's spleens.
Got any nuts? I haven't got any nuts, sorry. I've got wren's livers, badger's spleens.
No.
Otter's nose?
All right, bag of otters' noses in.
Make it 2.
2.
Thanks, Reg.
You really love animals, don't you?
If it gets cold enough.
Otters and tigers and bears. Oh, my.
Yeah. I'll take a bag of otters' noses.
That's crazy.
It's
aggressive
nuts.
otters.
All right. You never hear of that sort of thing in the otter world.
No. Well, the one we rescued was aggressively cute. Does that count?
Yes.
Yeah.
Illinois man, for our last story, arrested for a string of thefts in Chicago suburb of Ingleside. Sean M. Johnson confessed to stealing a car after being enticed by a bag of Fritos. Oh, that explains it all. It was on the seat. He's high on drugs. Fritos.
Ooh.
Owner of the car reported his wallet missing, containing $400 in credit cards. With a stolen car and cash in hand, Johnson made suspicious purchases at McDonald's, Walgreens, and a Shell station. Oh, also Family Dollar. And he had plenty of Fritos with all that cash.
What are you people? On dope?
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Wait a minute, there's no birthday party for you here.
Give me some chili Fritos.
Want some Fritos?
Can I have my chili Fritos?
I'm so wasted. No shirt, no shoes, no dice.
And that's a wrap of today's Odd News. Woo! It is a Thursday on the radio tonight, Mr. Chuck Ritchie.
Tonight we have, you know what, I one of these days I'm going to remember these, you know?
You don't remember Thursdays?
I don't remember Thursday, but I have it now. It's 6 to 8 p.m. is Out of the Woods, 8 to 9 p.m. is Kelton a Twist, and 9 to 11 is Acoustic Cafe. There you go.
I dissed you, but I can't remember them either, but I don't program them, but you
Right?
do.
Well, what it is, you see, I have no excuse for it.
Okay. And then tomorrow for your Friday, who do you got on the radio as you roll into the weekend?
Oh, that's right. So tomorrow morning, we'll start there. We have myself and Paula Randall and Craig McQuain on the morning show. Then we have from 6 to 8 p.m. is the best classic rock and more with Old Man Mark. He's going to be live in the studio. The psychedelic era with the Hermit is from 8 to 10 p.m. Then we're going to stick around with the Hermit for Days of Confusion.
Right. Don't forget, tomorrow is the Farmer's Market with the big apple pie eating contest happening at 3:30.
That's right. We'll be there. We'll be broadcasting live. We'll maybe even do a play-by-play of the action. Although sometimes those play-by-plays become, oh, hey, he's eating that pie really fast. Oh, hey, he's done with his pie.
It's in his nose. It's in his nose.
There you go.
That's
he
what
got
I
it
was
in his
hoping for.
beard. There are some beard considerations. Don't forget tonight, too, Taste at Chihuahua. Out and about around town, the Chihuahua Arts Guild. They have that silent auction for the donated art. That's going to be at the Quartzsite Brewery. And go out and support your businesses. If you don't have tickets, go visit your restaurants or bring your ticket out and go get those foods. And
and of course, if you're not doing the taste and you don't have the tickets for the food, you can always just show up for the auction. They love that.
Exactly.
And they need your support.
Exactly. And all that money goes to support the Chihuahua Arts Guild. There are some great. We've been interviewing people for the last 6 weeks or so.
Yeah,
every Tuesday.
the
artists that have donated stuff to the art auction. Great stuff this year. So it's really going to be a good one. I'm excited about it. Make sure you get your strategy down so you can hit everything. You got to plan that stuff out because, there's a lot of stuff to do and not a lot of time.
All right.
There you go.
Well, that's all I got, Chuck. Thanks for bringing me in live from Maine.
Thanks for coming in live from Maine. Are your arms tired?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's our show for today. It's KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio. Thanks for listening.
Put that cookie down now!
Oompa-dee-doo, I've got another bottle for you.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.